Hello and welcome to Breezy Chatter. Today I'm going to be talking about the bold and the beautiful. But first and foremost, thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel. Your subscription is highly appreciated, and let's get started. So it looks like Taylor had to set things straight with Brooke. As we all know, Ridge has found out what Thomas has done, and he is beyond upset with Thomas and Taylor. It looks like Taylor is being blamed for not telling Ridge what Thomas had done as soon as she found out. We have Ridge beyond upset because Steffi had to stop the wedding and tell the truth, along with Douglas, who played the recording of Thomas pretending to be Brooke. When Ridge found out that Taylor knew and didn't think it was important to tell him before they got married, he sort of looked at her with a new set of eyes. He wanted to know what happened to the Taylor who always told the truth. And while Ridge was trying to put some of the blame on Taylor, it became quite obvious that Ridge was nothing more than a liar. Although Ridge didn't say it, his facial expressions made it abundantly clear that the only reason that he proposed marriage to Taylor is because he believed that Brooke called CPS on Thomas. And now that he knows that that is not the truth, he is ready to go back to Brooke. So Ridge, he goes to Brooke and he explains everything that happened. He talked about what his son had done, and he said he is so sorry. More than words can say. He is so apologetic for believing that she called CPS. And although Brooke seemed upset with Ridge, we all know that she is more than ready to take him back. And of course, Brooke didn't miss an opportunity to add salt to Taylor's wounds. She goes to pay a visit to Taylor, and she tells her that she's disappointed in her because she's the therapist. She's the person that has the moral high road. So she's very shocked that Taylor was going to marry Ridge before telling him the truth about what Thomas did. And of course, when Brooke was talking to Taylor, she made absolutely no sense. At one point, she was saying, you should have told Ridge as soon as you found out, even though it was 5 minutes before you were set to be married to him. And then Brooke has the audacity to say that Taylor knew what was going on all along, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And I was so happy to hear Taylor set the record straight and tell Brooke that she found out 5 minutes before she was set to walk down the aisle and be married to Ridge. And she also made it very clear, not only to Brooke, but to Ridge, that she didn't think it was all that important to tell him right away, since he made it abundantly clear that the reason he was marrying her had absolutely nothing to do with Brooke. So why does it matter if she tells you before or after if that's not the reason you're marrying her? She also had to inform Brooke that Ridge was chasing her up to the mountains in Aspen, begging her to be with him. And she did ask him if it had anything to do with Brooke, and he made it very clear that his declarations had nothing to do with Brooke. And what Brooke had the nerve to say to Taylor is that she should have known that Ridge went to her because of something that she had done, instead of saying that Ridge is a liar. He lied to Taylor. He chased her down. He pursued her, knowing full well that the reason he was doing it was because he was upset with Brooke. And instead of seeing that for what it is, and instead of seeing Ridge for who he is, Brooke thought it was a good idea to come and try to shame Taylor for not telling Ridge 5 minutes before she's about to be married to him that her son manipulated his father. At first, I was disappointed that Taylor did not tell Ridge what Thomas had done. But when you think about it, and you think about what Ridge had said and the promises that he had made to Taylor, there was really no reason for her to tell him before they were married. It really doesn't make any difference, especially since he said that Brooke had nothing to do with their union. So I hope that the writers do not let Ridge get off the hook and do not make it seem like Taylor was in cahoots with her son to deceive him and Brooke, because that couldn't be further from the truth. And it seems like watching it this week, they were trying to place blame on Taylor, What I liked most about this week's episode is that Taylor seems like she is over it. And at the end, Brooke did apologize to Taylor. And Taylor, of course, apologized to her. But she said that this is not worth it. He's not worth all of this drama. And it'll be interesting to see how things turn out between Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor. Does Taylor even want Ridge at this point? And based on the way that Ridge was looking at Taylor, I don't even think he wants anything to do with her. He was very quick to try to place blame upon her. And it'll be quite interesting to see what he decides, or if he even really has a decision to make at this point. This week was quite interesting. I'm looking forward to next week, and that is my commentary. If you liked it, hit like, subscribe, and leave comments. Thank you for your time. Until next time, ta-ta.